out here. Okay, thank you everyone for being here. It is March 23rd. This is our 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time call. And the purpose of this call today is for folks who are coming on to the Vetter dApp and Vetter platform and really wanting to learn more about how to truly utilize the dApp. So we're going to start with just a few little tidbits of news. Then we'll kind of walk through the dApp. We'll get you to the calendar. We'll take a look at a couple projects. I have one project that I'm open to looking at with the group. And if there's anything that other folks want to look at, we can take a more specific look at that specific project on the calendar and kind of walk through what we look at when we're looking at specific projects and determining, whether it's something that we may want to invest in. Today, we'll also be doing a little bit deeper dive into telegrams and what we look for on the telegram. There's a lot of different things to go through there as far as, if it's botted and things like that. It's a really important aspect because a lot of these currencies are utilizing telegram groups, and you can really get a great gauge. I will also, throughout the entire call, be taking Q&A. We can go deeper into any of those topics. And for anyone newer to the dApp that doesn't really feel comfortable or doesn't feel comfortable utilizing really the dApp to its full potential, at the end, I can kind of take a step back and take that deeper dive. So thanks for being here. My name is Sarah. On the Vetter dApp and the Discord, my name is My Pony on there. And none of this today is financial advice. Again, we're going to be going into the calendar a little bit, but everyone is really in charge of doing their own research. This is the Vetter dApp is a a crypto research tool to where you can, find projects on the calendar, and really you're learning on how to determine yourself how to vet these projects and see if it's something that you would like to get into. So I'm not a financial advisor. Vetter is not advising that you invest in any of these projects, nor are they a financial advisor. Please seek financial advice if that's what you're looking for. So hopping into some news right now, VPAD, for those of you who haven't heard, is a launch pad. It will be called something else, but it's a launch pad that is being launched from the Vetter developers, and it's going to be such an incredible tool. They've been going through a private sale, and that soft cap has been reached for that private sale. But the hard cap, the max amount of dollars they're taking in for the private sale has not been filled. So if you have that interest, if you're on whitelist 1, if you're on the waiting list for the pre-sale, please be on the lookout. There's pinned messages in the Telegram that you can gain more information and kind of give a heads up if you're going to be able to invest here shortly. So really, if that's something you're interested in, make sure you're following that. And be on the lookout again for some emails. Okay, we are going to go into, let's go to the home page here. We're going to go into the Vetter dApp right now. For those of you who are newer, up on the upper right-hand side, this is where you're going to connect your wallet. I'm going to connect in, and you can see I can tell I'm connected because my username, sometimes some people's wallet address will be up here. Okay, so that's how you can tell you're in. We're just going to do kind of a quick overview. This is kind of my dashboard here. I also have my own little personal profile that I can go ahead and look at. But if you're starting here on the dashboard, you can see, kind of your rankings, your voter ranking, what you're going to receive when you're voting or scouting at this time. These numbers are kind of always changing, so you can look and see, what you're being paid for at specific levels right now to do these actions. And again, I'm going to take a deeper dive on some of these later, but just a quick glance. And this can raise questions, kind of jot down if you have any questions here, and we can come back more in depth to any areas that you're not really understanding. Here's the hot list for different projects, and these will take you directly to that project. So if I want to check out the hot list and go, what's really on there, I can take a quick jump from this dashboard page to get there. This is one of the exciting areas, the gains and tips, the tips, seeing really who is getting these 15Xs, these 5Xs. It's always really inspiring to see, because of course, that's what we're here for, is to be able to do these every day. On this dashboard, you'll also see these team stats of the top tippers, scouts, vetters, the video library where you can always go to find more information. And again, we'll go back into these a little bit deeper. We're going to take a quick hop to the calendar here, and I'm going to X some of these out. Does anybody have a specific project at this time that they're wanting to take a peek at? Okay, so I went in and just kind of searched through the calendar, as I do a lot of the days, and found a project that I really wanted to take a deeper look at. So what I did here was I used this Oracle up here. I'm really busy. I know a lot of people are really busy. And, if you only have a moment to hop on, maybe you want to find projects by specific category or rank, the network they're launching on. Typically, when I play personally, it's on Binance. And what I did to find this specific one, because again, I was a little stretched for time before this call, and I wanted to find a project that I really wanted to look at. So I'm looking at purple only. These are rankings in the system based on the people who have scouted and vetted and have shown that they, time and time again, for the most part, are posting projects that do really well. Of course, there's no guarantee in anything, no guarantee in crypto whatsoever. I think that's what I found it on here. So let's refresh this. And you can see that now the calendar is only displaying one, the Binance Smart Chain Network, and then also these purple indicators showing that these are purple vetters, or I'm sorry, purple scouts here. So I'm going to go to the 28th, and I am going to open Everwealth. Okay. One of the first things I'm looking at here, this is the person who scouted the project, and this is the person who has a vet on this project. You can see by the way they're ranked, they're all purple, which is the highest rank at this time. Okay. So I'm looking that, these are purple vetters, purple scouts, purple voters, and they've also been shown, this person K Vetter 100X has been shown that within the first 24 hours, their projects are at purple, within the first 7 days, within the first 30 days, and then their projects overall have been shown success. Okay. So that right there is a great indicator that not only does this person who is a purple scout, did they, are they really successful at posting projects, but also that there was a vetter on it who also shows quite a bit of purple here, Brink 36, someone that I follow through here quite a bit, both of these actually, took the time to vet this project. So to me, that's a really good indicator that it might be something that I might even add here to my favorites. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to invest in the project, but that's just saving it for me so that later on I can go and I can look under my profile, look what's saved, and have a quick jump back in. Okay. Also, if I've decided to invest in this project, I may go check that list out frequently, and again, have a quick jump to it so that I can be updated of anything that they're putting in here. If there's any changes or anything else they've seen on this project. So as you're looking down, you see the project, the symbol, the network that it's on, the launch pad that it's launching from, the category that it's in, whether it's a private or a pre-sale, what their soft cap, their hard cap. I have quick access to the Telegram and the website through here. Okay. So looking at this project on the calendar, I see that they do have an AMA posted for this project. or an AMA that's in the pinned post of the Telegram, if I'm really truly looking at a project and I have time, and really I'm going to make that time and take that time to listen to the AMA, really get a gauge on the developers of the project, how I feel about how they share, what they share, if it's the type of people who are showing interest, the type of questions being asked, are the questions being answered? All of that can be done in the AMA, or for those who haven't been a part of those, that Ask Me Anything that these teams do, again, typically through the Telegram. Over here, it's showing the private sale tokens are locked forever. We'll look at more comments on that. The Telegram was really active, which is a great sign. And again, we'll go a bit deeper into the Telegram. There was an issue on the website or something that, maybe needed to be shared, and they fixed it very quickly. That's also a great sign. Let me kind of read through this. So 635 members of the Telegram at time of scouting. So when we look at their Telegram, that will be something really interesting to take a peek at and see if that number has grown, has it decreased? Does it look like a lot of people are just posting memes? Does it look like these are real people with true interest in the project? And then I love that this scout also, or maybe this was the vetted information. Let's skip over here. We're on the vetted information. You can see a bit more notes and things about the tokenomics of the project. It's always good to go and check out the website, the white paper, and everything on your own, just to verify all of this information. But this is a great way to go and really take a quick peek at, if this is a project you really want to take more time to look into. Does anybody have any questions so far as it pertains to coming to the calendar and, looking through the scouted information and the vetted information? Okay, does anybody have any questions on anything we've gone over so far? Okay, I will keep going. So now here, so it had originally been posted that there were 635 members. As I scroll down here, it looks like at this time, and I just saw it here. Oh, I love these vetters who put so much information in it. I saw somewhere that there were, there we go, 1,700 people in the Telegram and Vibrant. So it'll be interesting to see what that's at today. Let me open this chat here. Okay, so how do you know what is good and what is bad when looking at this info and what it means? What exactly are you looking for in this scout and vetter information, and what are you basing it on? So first of all, I was new in November, new into crypto, period. And I was so lucky to have found Vetter because there's so much education on what to look for in projects. One of the examples is when you go to look into joining the Tribe 100X Discord, there's a fabulous video on how to scout projects and how to vet projects. And that is extremely helpful on what you're looking for.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, it's Wayne. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about, as you know.
Yes.
But that's fantastic. So is that the one that is you pay the $55 a month for, or you have to be at tier 4? Is that the one I'm looking at? Is that what you're talking about?
So the Tribe 100X Discord, if you join it, I think right as you're watching the video and as you're going through that training, I think it's actually reduced a little bit. If you go to join later, it's 55. Now that's when I was doing it. I pay 55 because when I first watched the video, I had no clue what a Discord even was. Now, I've been in the Discord since November, and yes, I've learned so much in there. There's so many videos in there as far as what to look at on these projects. And again, I'll go a little bit deeper into those, but yes, it's that video. I can also look and see if it's in the video vault or if that's available anywhere else too. And
Yeah,
that's something I can find out as well. But yes, that is the video.
fantastic. Because I
So
haven't seen that in the vault. I have seen it posted once before. So
mhm.
if you happen to have the link and you can put it in the chat, that would be fantastic, because that's exactly what I was looking for.
Let me see and find out if that's anywhere else. And Phyllis, if you're on here and if you know if that video lives anywhere else, if you can please let us know on that as well. But so basically what we're looking for when we're looking at these truly valuable projects that are doing something and they're doing it really well, it's almost like looking at a business that you're going to invest in. So if you think about it from that perspective, okay, so if I'm investing in a business, or if I was going to go and purchase a fraction of a business, what are some of the things that I would want to know? I would want to know, one, are the owners of the business willing to even show their face to the public, right? Are they willing to take ownership of that project and of that business? And it's the same in crypto. There's a lot of people who the crypto term for it is doxed, right? Are the developers of it willing to share with the community who they are, to show their faces, to maybe, have their LinkedIn profiles or whatever it is? That's always a really good sign. And we'll kind of meet on some of that as we come through here, right? I want to know, and we'll look at that in the Telegram, we'll look at it on their website. What is their communication like with the investors? Are they answering questions in a really short manner? Some will be almost, irritated. There's others that are so happy. They have active moderators. They're excited to answer questions during the AMAs. And that goes back to what I said here. This project has an AMA in the pinned post. You can go through and really get a feel for those folks. The liquidity, how long is that locked, right? So how long is it that the developers and their portion of it, how long is that locked to where they can't go and make a really big sell of the tokens and dump it? That's one of the things you would look for. And I know this video is in the video vault where it's talking about how to spot a rug pull, right? So a project where they're getting all the money put into it and they're just going to pull the project, take everybody's money and run. That's going to be a lot harder to do if you're showing everybody your face and showing everybody who you are. I want to look at the tokenomics of the project. I want to look at how much money that they're looking to raise, right? Some projects have a massive amount of money that they're looking to raise. Does it look like they're going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to meet the soft cap, the minimum amount of money that they're looking to raise before launching this project? The tokenomics, which are so great through here, how much is actually going into the pre-sale? Is the pre-sale such a large amount that it's concerning that there's really not left for the rest of the project? So let's see. I'm looking at their marketing budget here. Are they going to be burning tokens? Do they have rewards? So here it's an 8% buy tax. Where is that going? So it's auto burning, you have marketing, you have rewards. 20% of the sales, I'm looking at how much of that is going into marketing and rewards. So we're really just kind of getting a feel of this project. And if you're looking at scouting, let's actually go through and check first this website. Okay. So if I find a project somewhere and I'm interested in posting this as a scout, of course, I would like to know if they have a high quality website, right? Does it look like something that was just thrown together and really doesn't explain much, they're not really taking it seriously, that can definitely show you a lot about a project here. Let's see, let's try and okay, and I think that's actually their website and not my computer. So we can come back to that. Let's go over into their Telegram while we're waiting for this. Okay, so again, when this person was initially scouting this project, they had, I think it was like maybe 900 or something members in here. And now they have over 3,000 members. And I'm also looking at how many are online, okay? BSC network, no developer or team wallets. They are doxed, they're audited. Let's check out this project. Okay. So again, they have over 3,000 members, which seems like they have a rapidly growing community. I love that it also shows me kind of right away, you know, a little bit of an overview. Let's take a peek through here and see how many people are actually are posting in here to see if there's a lot of activity. So there are quite a few people that, you know, 154, 157, 2 o'clock, 2:02. We can see that there's people that are active. The responses and the excitement is pretty good just from what I can see here. Of course, if I was looking to invest in this project, I'd be going through quite a bit more, right? I want to see if there's anybody that is having issues with this team. I'm looking to see if there are a ton of different people who are just kind of posting memes, or if Everwealth itself, this project, is just posting a lot of memes. There's a few here, but it's not, you know, it's not overrun with it. And I'm also going to begin looking through these pinned messages. And again, this is whether I'm scouting this project or whether I'm looking into this project for myself to invest in. I really want to make sure I'm going through these pinned messages and seeing what the feel of the team is, if they're posting important information. Shows here they're posting their website, their white paper. Let's see what else we can see through here. They have good diagrams. It looks like they've actually spent time to make sure that people understand their tokenomics, understand what's going on with the project. It's showing annually what the potential rewards are based on volume. Again, they have their AMA posted. So if this is a project I was looking at either to scout and put on the calendar or to invest in potentially myself, I'm going to listen to this and any other AMA that they have. Let's see, hosted by Sonic Whales. Look at the projects they're kind of, you know, in the platforms that they're teaming up with. And there could potentially be more AMAs that they've done with other folks. We have an AMA schedule. Looks like there's a ton of, you know, different people. I'm also going to look, you know, what's the response to these? You know, are people replying to these messages? Are people responding with likes and different things? Some of them, I'm trying to find one through here. Some of them you can actually see down here how many people have viewed it. So there's some projects that say, you know, they have 20,000 people in here, but maybe 6 people have seen it. That's going to be very concerning for me. They have information about their whitelist. So it seems like they have quite a bit of information that they're sharing with their community and, you know, taking the time to have kind of nicer infographics. Does anybody have any questions so far? I believe there's a problem with recording Discord talks. No matter how many times I turn that off, it says it. For projects, for those of us who are on tier 4, any update where most recent will be put in the video vault. Let's see. So the Discord talks, those you should be able to find those on YouTube. And as far as VPAD, if you're having questions or concerns on that, I would go into the Telegram and just make sure that you're reaching out there. You can even tag, let's see, Manuel, did you actually fill out a form or anything stating that you had interest in the pre-sale? Okay, so go ahead onto the Telegram and you can even reach out and tag Jeremy and they'll connect you and see if there's any issue there. Whitelist specifically talks about what? So when, Brian, are you talking about the whitelist or the white paper? Okay, let's go ahead and take a peek at the white paper. That's a great question. And we know that this is in here in their pinned messages, which is really helpful. Okay, so the white paper is basically where they're outlining the specifics on the project. Okay, so in here, you're going to find typically information about what the project is, information on the project. Hopefully, if the team is doxed, which is really, at least for myself, really the only projects that I'm interested in is when the team is willing to kind of share who they are with the community. Their tokenomics, meaning what is built into the project, what are the taxes, where are the taxes going, how much is for marketing, how much is allocated for the pre-sale. When it says utilities, that's talking about the actual, like what they're providing and then their roadmap. So some projects, maybe this is aspect 1 of the project and they have 5 more, steps that they're planning to go to. It can kind of give a roadmap of what they're looking to do with the project. And a lot of times the timeline of that as well. So we'll scroll down here a little bit. So it's a high rewards token. We saw that when we were looking on the calendar that they're really focusing around rewards, 20% BUSD rewards to the holders of the token, which again, you can find more on that as well. What those possible rewards would mean for you as a holder based on volume on their Telegram page in the pinned messages, which I really like as well. It's talking about who the team is. It really gives you a feel of the project and who they are and what they're trying to do. A lot of times you can really see the values of the people creating the project. If it's a really good team, if you read the entire white paper, you'll really get the feel of who they are and what they're trying to do. So you can see they raised 70 BNB during the private sale. There's a pre-sale they talk a little bit about. It gives you the information about, the token symbol, what the total supply is. And then again, we saw this on the calendar, and this is probably where they got it from. The people who scouted and vetted the project, they're coming over to the white paper and they're really getting a feel. Now, if 2% of buy taxes and 2% of sell taxes go to marketing, you're going, okay, well, they have 4% of what they're doing that's going into their marketing budget. And you can kind of get a feel based on, maybe what you think the volume might be by the number of investors. It would be great to see, how fast this pre-sale is going to fill up, how much hype there is around the project. And as you continue through and look at their plan, you can go, like, is 4%, is there going to be enough volume for this 4% marketing that goes to marketing to really fuel the project? Really, it looks like what they're counting on, a lot of what they're counting on is that people will be enticed by these rewards. Okay. So a 20% rewards between buy and sell taxes that are reflected to the holders. And so really you can just kind of go in, see where they are, what they're looking at doing, these AMA tours. Looks like in the future that they're going to be doing NFTs, which again, maybe looking at their website straight off or looking at what they're trying to do right now with the rewards, you may not have deduced that they're going to be moving into the NFT space. But by looking at their white paper and looking at, their roadmap moving forward, that they're looking at going on decentralized exchanges, all of that, you can really get a feel. Now that is it through the white paper. I am going to open this chat.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay. Who is this?
It's Wayne, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what it is, this is the bit that I'm trying to understand a little bit about. Would you just, in a general way, without making it scientific, break down the tokenomics a little bit more? Because sometimes I see the tokenomics and I think, oh, that looks really good. But I have a friend of mine that's also in this in industry, and a lot of times I say it to him, and he says, "Hey, man, they're what you're looking at a honeypot here, because they're gonna start to decrease the liquidity and burn the token slowly, and what that allows them to do is to keep the people invested in the project, thinking that it's all well and good, but they're doing it on the sly." So these sort of things I try and understand, but I don't always get how what would be I understand marketing. If they got 5%, 10% marketing, that that's fantastic, because marketing's what drives the project. So I always look at that as probably one of my biggest things, being an internet marketer myself. But I just trying to still understand what would make this. I mean, from what you've shown me of this project, there's a great feel to it, yeah. But like when you said about the tokenomics, yeah, as an example, you've got 37.5 on the pre-sale, and then you've got 24 on the liquidity and 17.5. So there's that's about what, 70-80%. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, how does this become a winner in your eyes compared to something that would be where they're trying to raise too much?
Sure. So for me personally, and everybody's going to have their own opinions on that. When I look at this, I'm a little bit concerned at how much is in the pre-sale versus what their marketing is. And it looks like this is a different number here than what was shown on their white paper. Most tokens that you see utilize burns a little bit differently. They're going to have different times on their lockup. How I really gauge the feel, past beyond going, oh, great, there's rewards, they're putting money away for marketing, different things like that. What I do is I go into the AMA, I make sure that I'm present and on the AMA, and I ask this project specifically, I see that you are doing these auto burns. What does that look like for you? What is your goal? Is your goal to steadily grow this token long term, and really get a feel? Because again, each project goes about it their own way. I mean, I'm invested in quite a few projects, and pretty much none of them are doing the same thing. So I'm getting an overview here on what they're doing, and I like to go deeper specifically with that person before I invest in that project. And I want to make sure too that the people who are launching the project are giving you ample time and opportunity to be able to ask those questions. Does anybody else have any answers that they feel, as they're looking at the tokenomics, beyond the marketing, beyond the rewards, and, going more into the burns and things? Does anybody have anything that they feel that they really look at in that respect? Okay. Does that kind of answer your question there?
It's kind of ambiguous this, but I usually I have learned to follow my instinct. Something is the BI is wrong, I just get off from there.
Yes, absolutely. And again, the calendar is such a great resource to find these projects and save you so much time and find projects you probably never would have found on your own. I mean, there's some that are going to literally be life-changing for me that I never even would have found out about if they weren't on the Vetter calendar and I wasn't in the Tribe 100X Discord discussing it with people. And most projects, if I hop on there, just like what you just said, if I hop on there and there's something that doesn't feel right to me, whether it's how they're, discussing with their community, basically the communication, if they're not taking the time to really make solid white papers and websites, which actually, let's try and see if this website opened. Here we go. I'm coming here and I'm learning and I'm getting the feel of these folks that are putting this project on. Okay. If all of that is exciting to me and everything is an absolute yes for me, but I still have questions like, okay, is this team looking for the long-term growth of the token? And are these people, do they really have the best interest of people at heart? That's where I go into the AMA and I want to know more about these projects. You see, this was turned off and now it's coming back on again. And so much of it, it's true. There's following kind of a regimented process of the things that you want to know. And then if it's a project you're interested in, that's where you can go into the AMA. If you're a Tribe 100X Discord member, you can go in and you can search in the upper right corner and search for that project specifically and see who is discussing that project. I will even go and just ask in some of the chats, hey, I'm looking at this project. What are your feelings about it? I have questions about the taxes. I have questions about the liquidity, and I discuss most projects that I invest in with others to see how, what my feeling is and what their feelings are. And if they're seeing something that I'm not. Does that help you at all?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. That's
absolutely.
Really,
I mean, it really is a moving target. And that's where having community and having different people who, may have, different things they're looking at, different things that they've really taken the deep dive of knowledge in and working together. I love seeing projects that when I look on the calendar that maybe have like 3 different people who have vetted it, right? Those are my favorite to look at to see what the different perspectives, if somebody's catching something else. Let's see if there's anything down here.
I think Ken wrote something in the chat about, I was going to ask a similar question. It says, was it something to do with a private sale only being 70 BNB and unlocked forever? How does that affect the private sale to make money? I'm just curious with you. I'm doing your job there. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
And I've actually never seen that before. And Wanda said that lockup time is important, right? And I'll come back to this other lockup. Lockup time is extremely important because we want to know that, you know, how long these tokens are going to be locked up for the developers. And what I actually like to see is not only that they're locked up for at least a year, but I also like to see that after that year, maybe 5% or 10% goes to them per month, so that, you know, it's not, they don't receive all the tokens at one time. Now I'm going to look at this again. This is a great point. The private sale is only 70 BNB and it's locked forever. So what does that, it's something I've never seen. And so that, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, is that on all of these, you're going to see different projects doing different things. Okay. You're going to see these developer teams doing something differently that you haven't seen. So check comments for more information. Let's see. So that is something that if I was interested in investing in this project, I would go right over to their Telegram and take that opportunity to ask the question. I see that 70 BNB was raised and that these folks are not, you know, it's locked forever. What does that mean? Okay. How are these, what was the incentive to these folks in order to create that? Is that something where they'll get some of the NFTs that are in the future? I don't have the answer to that. What I'm looking for here is I am looking at what I like. I'm determining whether it's something I want to learn more about. And I'm jotting down every single one of the questions that I want to learn. Now, it's not a bad thing that we don't have this answer. What I take that is an opportunity to connect with this team on Telegram and through their AMAs and see, one, how quickly they respond, how well they respond, what their communication is like through that response. And so through that, through my questions that I gain, I learned so much more than just the answer to what the heck about these people in the private sale, right? And they're locked forever BNB. I'm learning so much more about the team. And that's what this gives you an opportunity to do. We had 70 BNB private sale from the community heads involved, and those tokens are locked forever. They just get the rewards. Okay. So these are folks that believed in the project so much and love that 20% rewards that the people who invested in that private sale are happy enough with the rewards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And again, everything here is just an opportunity to learn more. You know, okay, so what's my next step here? I want to learn, you know, about this private sale. Okay, now that I have this question about the private sale, how well are they answering these questions? It just goes on and on until you really begin to get a feel for the project. And that's why, you know, nobody's offering financial advice here. What we're doing is teaming up with a bunch of knowledgeable people that, again, like these guys, have shown over and over to put their time into scouting and vetting quality projects and also voting properly, which I know you had a question on that as well. And we're taking all that information, we're learning about the questions that we have on it, and then we're using it to determine whether it's something that we feel really good about. Okay, let me open this chat up again here.
Fantastic, thank you.
So Phyllis did a video yesterday, so that should be posted on YouTube. There we go. And somebody else put that in. You're so wonderful. And of course, all the support that Vetter can get on the YouTube channel, watching those videos, showing them. I mean, basically, when I first started this, I just started gathering any information I could, watching every video that I could possibly watch in this video vault. You know, you can click the start here and be walked through some of these things. You can see live trades. This is one of the projects that I found on the Vetter calendar. I learned about it through there. Then I went to their Telegram. I've listened to quite literally every single AMA. I've been a part of everything they've done, following along the way. And then it led a lot of people to turn 5 BNB or however, BNB they put into 12 BNB in an instant. And you can learn these things and be watching these things before you do it, which will, make it to where you feel way more comfortable and, you don't feel like you're doing it alone. Watching these videos on how to vote, posting projects, scouting, just different information about, the DeFi, how to spot rug pulls. This is a really important one because this how to spot rug pulls thing, it teaches you both how to spot rug pulls and be safer in this space. But if you look at it from the opposite, right, they'll also talk about, well, we want them to have good communication. Well, this project doesn't, right? So you're also learning what you're looking for at the same time as you're looking at what you don't want, right? These trading club, if you are tier 4 or higher, which again, we're looking at the calendar from a tier 4 perspective here, and that's an absolute game changer, right? To be able to see all the projects, to really be able to utilize it to its fullest and be able to invest in projects that, hopefully will make you money. Does anybody else have any questions? I know that you had a question about voting. What else can I answer for you?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, great. So I know we could vote on whether or not a project was successful over a certain amount of time, but do you think it would be nice to have an option for the community to vote, okay, we feel like this project may be or may not be successful, like a yes or no type of thing, like how they have on like CoinMarketCap, for example? If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. That's really interesting. And that's definitely something that you maybe mention in the main Vetter Telegram of something that may be helpful. I think the difficulty with that is really that it's not intended to be financial advice. And when people, when people are going and vetting as well, you can really begin, let's find this again here. You learn to really gauge from what the vetter and the scout are posting here, whether they feel that it's something they're interested in. A lot of people will actually say, I really think this project has, a lot of possibility. Of course, do your own research, but you'll begin to really gauge on that. And I think part of the difficulty with that is the people who are really spending time in doing this, and Mike says it in some of his videos too, they're really deciding until the very last minute before the pre-sale whether or not it's a yes for them or not. So I may have a project that I've been following. I really, like what they're doing. I like their website. I like their white paper. I like everything that's going on. And then the day before launch, I'm still watching it. I'm still listening to AMAs. I'm asking questions, and my mind may change a moment before it's time to put my money in, and I might back out. And so I foresee that as being one of the issues and concerns with having something like that, because it truly is an ever-changing thing.
Yeah, I do agree. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
Thank you.
again, I'm just looking at even the folks who are taking their time to post this. I mean, this person didn't get to a Purple Scout on accident. They're finding and posting projects that they believe, everything shows that it has potential to be successful. This person who is also all purple, I follow this person. A lot of it just takes time, clocking time being in the dApp, right? And this person isn't going to spend time vetting something, and especially the scout, because the scout, they're being voted on based on the success of this project. The vetter is being voted on based on if their information was useful, right? This could be a terrible project, and this person can say, I don't love this project and this is why, or these are the red flags I have. And as a vetter, they'll get voted up because of the vetted information, whether it was helpful or not. But this person here, especially, they're putting their skin on the line and risking downvotes if this project does poorly.
So there's no like, I get what you're saying. There's risk to the reward. So
There's risk to the reward. We don't just want, garbage projects, which there's no guarantee on any of them, of course. But when somebody has been shown to be successful in scouting projects and they're taking the time to write all this out and they have skin in the game here, that kind of tells you something there too. So, I may go in, the Tribe 100X Discord and just say, hey, I'm looking at this project, and I might tag this person and say, hey, are you investing in this project? Or, is anybody investing in this project? And start a discussion there.
gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Can I just ask you a question? Because this was what I was on the voting side.
Of course.
The first thing I was going to say that this 100 is exactly what I was looking for. So I appreciate that. And I will find out about that. My question is this, is that I know that when you vote, now it might be because I'm at tier 3. I'm not a tier 4, but I'm at tier 3 at the moment. But there's supposed to be like a little box somewhere that indicates that it's an audit. So if someone's audited the project, and there's also supposed to be a box somewhere that tells me that it was voted on by a star voter, but I can't find it. So am I looking in the wrong place?
Let's see here. So typically it will, well, there's no votes on this one yet. Let's go to a previous project here.
It could be that it's only available on tier 4, which it wouldn't surprise me if it was, but I just thought I'd ask.
So I see right here that there's 3 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will scroll down to the very bottom. Let's see. Okay, so this is different from what I'm used to. I know they just recently did an update.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was Ryan I spoke to Ryan about it, and he said, yeah, that's a good way of doing it, because it allows you to check other people's results, and then you can check it against your own when you're doing the voting, so that your voting's proper,
Sure.
Because I'm there was a problem with mine last week, and it was to do with the back office, but that's totally different. But it was really concerning for me, because I'm here because I want to add, add value to the community, because I'm here for
Absolutely.
a long stay, not short. And I
the
want to make sure
number
I'm doing
one,
it right,
the number one way that have you watched the how to vote properly video?
I actually know the how to vote properly video word for word.
Okay, beautiful. And are you looking up the charts on these projects when you're going to vote on them?
Yeah, and that was the thing. But I actually believe that sometimes, and I could show you exactly on one of the charts, but I think sometimes when you do the calculation like Ryan does in the thing for the BNB, and it gives you something like 0.1567, and you've got like 7 zeros, and then when you go on the chart, it doesn't have that many zeros. It only has 5 zeros, as an example. If you don't put the decimal point in the right place, that can mess it up, because all of a sudden the blue line doesn't appear, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know some people probably don't even know what I'm talking about, because I'm going a bit fast, but yeah, that's the only thing that have had any issues with when it comes to the voting that I can see anyway.
Right. For me personally, the projects that I really spend my time voting on are the ones that I've profited on. And, you know, I think that's going to be different for everybody. And maybe, are you in Discord?
No, and that's what I'm planning on doing probably at the end of this week.
Especially for someone who's so interested in these things and interested in doing it well. I mean, I'm certainly not here to sell anything. All I can do is share my experience. That's been a game changer, having these discussions in there and having the ability to talk to people that have actually invested in the project. I apologize. We do have to hop off this so that they can use this link for the 3 p.m. call, which if that is an in-depth trading call where they're talking in depth about different projects. So if you're on the Discord, you can find that link under updates, or if you are tier 4, you will see that recorded in the video vault. I hope that, you know, we covered most of what everybody was hoping to cover. Otherwise, this call will be again tomorrow. And I really appreciate everyone's participation. I wish I didn't have to hop off so quickly right now. Oh, and thank you, Crypto Dread. It's my absolute pleasure. I just don't want to impede them from doing that call. But thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And again, I will really appreciate you guys. You can find this call on YouTube. This is recorded and they will post it on the Vetter YouTube page.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I really
No,
appreciate it.
thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.